High possession offense. They're going to look to go off the bounce. This is going to be a fast-paced game. Whoever makes the least amount of mistakes and takes care of the basketball and gets on the glass could be the winner in this one.
It is a very intriguing matchup. Here we are on day 2 of this brand new season, and we are underway. Tennessee wearing the familiar all-orange uniforms. As Cooper, guarded by Samuels, who saw her playing time cut down at UConn in her second year, so she transferred out. And there's another transfer from UCLA, Barker.
Yeah, Janiyah Barker could be a really big threat for them. NC State's got to get it over the timeline. And they can use 6'6" Tilda Trieger to help relieve pressure.
Trieger really came on towards the end of last season.
And she comes to the middle of the floor, and that's 6'6" putting it on the deck to score.
Tennessee with a very tough matchup. Just played one preseason game.
NC State playing straight up in the post.
Trieger got Spearman to induce that miss, and now Zoe Brooks bringing it up. And Pierre fouled out on the perimeter by Spearman. And Tennessee, we're going to see a lot of subs for them, but one player we will not see is Ruby Whitehorn, who was dismissed from the team. And Coach Kim Caldwell with this statement saying it's her responsibility to protect the high standards of the program. In light of recent events, made the difficult decision to dismiss her from her team. This happened just a couple of days ago. She added that she loves Ruby and will root for her, but says it's her priority to uphold the respected reputation of the Lady Vols. Whitehorn, in case you are not familiar, entered a guilty plea back in August on some reduced charges, and then was caught coming home in the wee hours of the morning with a small amount of marijuana in her car, and after that, she was dismissed from the team.
It's never easy to show tough love to kids today. It's challenging, but it's the right thing to do, and Kim Caldwell and her staff did the right thing for Ruby Whitehorn.
Caldo with the basket, the freshman from Patterson, New Jersey.
Now, they've had 3 days of practice without Ruby Whitehorn. As they get 3-on-2 numbers on the backside of pressure, that's where you got to be ready to attack. But Tennessee's got plenty of talent. They've got 6 McDonald's All-Americans on their team. They've got great length, and they substitute a lot. So you play hard, you're going to get rewarded by more playing time.
Now, there are 4 subs that are getting ready to come in at the next whistle as the shot clock winds down. Brooks getting it out on the perimeter. The shot is short from Samuels, but a second chance for Trieger. Westmore talked about how important offensive rebounding will be in this game. Zam Jones, right to the basket.
Look at that wiggle by Sam Jones. Her ability to change direction so quickly.
She's their best three-point shooter returning this year, and that is a travel, but Eric Bruton's
got 2 different whistles here. We got the lead official had travel, the trail official had jump, and they came together and they decided it's a jump ball, which means it'll be NC State's basketball.
Lualani Spurlock, Tiffany Bird, and Eric Bruton are our officiating crew, and there's the pressure from Tennessee.
NC State will try to get the ball in the middle, but there's a great find right there by Jones. That's the backside ability to score against the pressure. If you don't have great ball pressure up front and Tennessee loads their press up front, you got to be able to attack on the backside.
State leads for the first time this afternoon, and then Trieger blocks Robertson. Pierre leaks out and gets the fast break opportunity, but missed it. Oh, that's a shot that might come back to haunt them. Good pressure again by Samuels, goes after it. Now Tennessee playing 5-on-4. Shot from the corner, buried by Robertson.
Robertson, a transfer from SMU, is a second-team All-ACC guard. You better meet your passes, and you better handle the basketball. You better pound the rock here in this one.
Trieger over.
Well, Pierre's missed 2 layups early.
That time there was contact. Pierre has had opportunities inside, was an honorable mention All-American last year in her second year at Vanderbilt. And here we go. A lot of substitutions, and head coach Kim Caldwell likes to do it. Played that way herself at Glenville State.
She gives her players a lot of freedom. You're not being yanked if you make a mistake. You go hard for a couple of minutes, then you come out, and someone else goes in. And she found as a player herself it was much more fun to play this way than play slow and methodical. And she's got a lot of energy over there, and I thought she had a great first year at Tennessee, making it to the Sweet 16 with a new style of play. Now these players that have come into the program understand the kind of play that they're going to experience and what it takes to play this style from a conditioning standpoint.
Outside shot missed by Cooper. And now Pierre, a little bit more higher degree of difficulty as she hit that one.
What a great handle in the open floor by Camille Pierre. The NC State will let those deep threes go as long as you get the rebound.
Good hustle by Cooper, but NC State able to hang on to it. The 3 short. Cooper comes away with it. This is the kind of pace we can expect for this game. Cooper, a little bit too strong off glass.
She raised her hand, she's tired.
Yeah. And we
That's the universal signal. Raise your hand or pull on your jersey. As Zoe Brooks drives right by the Tennessee defense.
And it is a 9-3 state run that has given them this lead.
NC State is going under a ball screens. They're going a little bit of a softer cover, and what that does is it allows them to defensive rebound.
Tennessee is a team that took a lot of threes last year, record-setting year for threes in many respects, but that time they've taken it off the bounce by Calder. Calder twins from New Jersey on this Tennessee team as Trieger misses in the paint.
So NC State doesn't send anybody to the glass and then they give up a layup on the backside. That's not going to look good on film tomorrow.
Nice shovel pass from Jones into Pierre.
That'll look good on film. So you can see the fatigue factor for both teams right now. This is a fast pace, and we are early November.
Both teams sucking wind a little bit right now.
Good D by Jones, keeping the ball in front.
That time it's on the money for Cooper.
Well, she couldn't have been that tired.
Only averaged about a 3 a game last year in her first year with the Lady Vols. Brooks, too much. Trigger has done a good job on the offensive glass.
It was a good hustle by Brooks.
Shot from the top of the key. Money for Zam Jones.
The NC State guards are always ready to shoot it. This could be a really high-scoring game, Pam. There's a lot of possessions in this game so far. We like offense.
Stayed up by 4. We're still looking for that whistle, right? Cooper with the 3.
Back-to-back triples for Talasia Cooper. Looks like she got her second win already in the first quarter.
Preseason first team All-SEC selection again this year. Was second team last year, also on the all-defensive squad. Brooks somehow able to keep her dribble alive. And Aldo lost her shoe as Trieger finished on the other end. It's chaos.
See, that's the kind of decision-making that Zoe Brooks has to be able to make under duress, and she does a nice job of it.
Cooper with the miss. We are inside 3 minutes to go and still looking for that first time out.
They are all winded.
Ooh. Trieger does get the friendly bounce. State by 6, their biggest lead.
How much fun has this been early on? This is great.
Those 4 subs for Tennessee have been sitting over there for several minutes now. They can't get in the game because there's no whistles.
Samuel's doing a really good job right now You got to close out long on Cooper because she has knocked down 2 triples.
Feeling it, but that one hit off the back of the rim. But Cooper just keeps moving. What a start for Cooper.
NC State needs to be ready to help on this pressure.
Aldo got a hand on it, but Brooks was able to still get the shot away and then was fouled. And finally, there's a whistle. An oxygen break for the players. It's still sub 4.
Oxygen break for us too. What an incredible start to this one. Cooper pulls her arm in the air and says, I need a break, and then she knocks down 2 triples right after that. What a fun first quarter so far. NC State up by 4 early in the first quarter, and Tilda Trieger, the 6'6" sophomore, a member of the Swedish national team over the summer, has 9 early points for the Wolfpack. And it's been a combination of backside scoring against the press, her ability to go off the bounce, and then at 6'6", that pick and pop ability to shoot it. There's not many 6'6" in the women's game that can shoot it like Tilda Trieger.
Trieger, just a sophomore, made the all-freshman team last year in this conference, and as you mentioned, boy, and that's invaluable experience, right? When you can play with your national team, particularly when you're that young.
No question about it. I mean, she's come up through the Swedish national team, and you look at Trieger is right here in the middle of the picture, number 19. And she's had a tremendous summer, and they are expecting big things out of her this year for the Wolfpack.
That gives a lot of credit to the upperclassmen who she played with last year for helping her out, and a chance for a 3-point play for Zoe Brooks.
So when you play against Tennessee, because it's so up and down and it's all about possessions, when the game slows down and you have an opportunity for situational offense, you have to execute well. And that's exactly what West Moore's team does coming out of the timeout.
Maya Paldo called for the foul for Tennessee. Tennessee has used 10 different players. That's Jada Sybil, one of their freshmen, who got inside, and the foul has been called on the Pack.
When you watch Sybil, you immediately see her motor. She's athletic, she is engaged, and she's going to be a really good player in a Lady Vol uniform.
And Sybil, a McDonald's All-American out of Florida. Missed everything from Robertson. And now Brooks uses her speed. Missed by Devin Quigley. Quigley is the only player to come off the bench so far in this game for the Pack. Another jumper there, Sybil, the freshman you just talked about.
4 triples early for Tennessee, and that was a knuckleball through. And there's the first foul in the backcourt by Tennessee. And one thing this year in the women's game, if you disrupt the rhythm, speed, timing, or quickness of a player, there are going to be fouls. You can put your hands on them as much as you want. You got to get off like hot stove, like touch it, get off, touch, get off. But it's not just one touch anymore. You can put your hands on them as much as you want.
Maya Paldo just called for her second foul. So she is now out of the game. Her twin sister Mia, known as Mimi, is in. They're the first twins in Tennessee women's basketball history. Playing on the team.
Had a lot of siblings, including the Darbys last year.
Brooks right back at the line.
Kim Caldwell, the head coach for Tennessee, told us she's the youngest of 3 girls. She's used to having siblings on her team everywhere she's been. She's only 36 years old. This is her 10th year as a head coach. She said her family group texts can be brutal at times when it comes to breaking down her team.
Yeah, her family doesn't pull any punches. Her father also was a very successful coach. He was married to a coach who was on Rick Barnes' staff on the men's side. Cooper finishes.
So those are the kind of turnovers through traffic that you can't have. That's how quickly Tennessee can turn you over and go the other way and score.
I see a team that averaged 87 points per game last year. Brooks has come out very aggressive. Good box out there
And see, this is Tennessee's game right here. 7 seconds left to go, last possession, and NC State commits a fatigue foul.
It's just over 5 seconds left to go in the quarter.
I mean, look at Cooper right here. This is the kind of athleticism and ability off the bounce that has a lot of people excited about her game. A preseason All-SEC pick. Last year she was on the defensive team in the SEC and was a second-team All-SEC performer.
Now Cooper going to go to the line after being fouled by Zam Jones.
The other thing too is NC State, Westmore hasn't gone to his bench very much. Okay, he's going to get his freshman in right now for the last possession defensively. But there's a wear down factor with Tennessee style that happens in the second half. So you got to stay tight so that when it comes to winning time, that you have enough to be able to execute. Got to have something left in the tank.
Cooper delivers. And it's a full court pressure again. State will try to get the last shot of the quarter. It's a 7-1 run.
So you can run the baseline after a made basket.
There's the freshman you were talking about, Destiny Lunan. Pierre at the buzzer with the miss, but what a first quarter it was. NC State shot 50% from the floor, but Tennessee finishing strong to get to within one after one quarter in Greensboro. Welcome back. Second quarter about to get underway here in Greensboro. Pam Ward and Dave Antonelli joining you. Very entertaining first quarter. Boy, the style of Kim Caldwell just showing itself early on.
Well, it's fast and furious. And when you look at her journey to Tennessee, it's been absolutely phenomenal. This 36-year-old head coach in her 10th year, her second year with the Lady Vols, has won a national championship in D2. She's already been a coach of the year in her first and only year prior to Tennessee as a head coach in D1. And then she gave birth to her son, Connor. He's doing well, and she's doing well. 7 days after delivering Connor, she was back on the sidelines. I love it.
That's a tough human being, and that is Kim's mom, Linda Stevens, holding on to Connor, and Kim played for her late father in high school. Comes from a whole family of coaches. Very hands-on coach, and a good start for Cooper. Tennessee takes the lead.
Really nice execution at the nail. Good screen for Cooper, who has definitely had the hot hand. 13 points already for Talasia.
9 for Trigger to lead NC State, but it's been a nice run for Tennessee.
You can't compound one mistake by making another, and this is where you play these games at this level, and Lunan, the freshman, is going to learn. You know, she dribbled that whole possession, took a tough shot, and then fouled. But that's why Westmore and Kim Caldwell both had a great attitude when they talked to us about why this game was important for March. You're trying to get your team ready for both playing in really tough conferences. And they know they'll learn a lot from this game.
NC State did have an exhibition game against Maryland in this building a few days ago, but Maryland did not play a couple of players in that.
So Westmore going with 3 players off the bench right now. Pam trying to give his starters a little bit of break.
Well, with just 2 starters back from last year in Trigger and Brooks. And just 2 for Tennessee since Whitehorn was dismissed from the club.
Tennessee gets numbers in transition, and Barker travels.
Barker, one of those transfers coming over from UCLA, where she was the Big Ten 6th Player of the Year last year. Coach Caldwell with those high standards for her team, just talking about with this, it's like you just don't beat yourself, go out there, play well. And she realizes, to your point about this great competition, they'll know what to fix, and they'll know pretty quickly.
NC State turning it over against pressure. You know what? I'm going to put a new stat on the Tennessee games this year. How many times somebody ties their shoe? And I say that because it's a great time to tie your shoe and catch your breath.
Oh, so no, my shoe's untied.
Oh, yeah, I got to tie my shoe. Wait a second. It gives you a chance to catch your breath. I'm going to throw that out there right now. Game 1, I've seen one person tie their shoes.
You want to see that count go up?
Yeah, we're gonna count that all season.
Barker with the basket.
This is a really good shot-making Tennessee team. You know, you can run the baseline here after a made basket, so you don't want to inbound the basketball right on. You want to draw 2, and you got to meet that pass.
Almost forced the turnover, but Trigger was able to. Now the drive and a whistle. Adelaide Jernigan, a true freshman from Winston-Salem, into the game for the first time. Drew it.
Jernigan, one of the top players in the state of North Carolina coming out of high school. Westmore was able to secure her on the recruiting trail. She's a lefty. She's a really catch and shoot, really good shooter.
Inbounding the ball right now. Wolfenbarger fouled her, and now the air ball put up by Jernigan. Brooks, boy, there's a lot of contact in there. Nothing called. Quigley, just a little bit off. Evan Quigley. And now Robertson got it swatted away. Zoe Brooks coming back to play defense.
Really a tough place to leave the basketball right there. You gotta have better spacing.
Nice slice into the basket for Sybil.
Sybil has been recorded with a 36 on the GPS in her vertical inch jump, and right now Tennessee is on fire, and NC State needs a timeout. Too many turnovers when Westmore goes to the bench.
So Tennessee continues to put the pressure on NC State. State's led this game by 7, but that's been flipped. The 3rd annual Women's Basketball Ally Tip-Off is Sunday afternoon in Charlotte. Jazzy Davidson and number 18 USC taking on this NC State Wolfpack Club at 3 Eastern on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. I hope Juju Watkins is doing well.
Yeah, we'll miss her all season in college basketball, but Lindsey Gottlieb is loaded up in the transfer portal and in recruiting. And that'll be a fun one. Charlotte Sports Commission has done a fantastic job putting that event together, and so has the Greensboro Sports Commission here. Tennessee stays in their man-to-man defense.
Tennessee on a 15-1 run. NC State has gone without a field goal for over 4 minutes.
With no movement by NC State, Camille Pierre can go one-on-one though.
Pierre breaks the drought.
You have to keep the ball in front if you're NC State. That's what they did to build their lead, and then they rebounded. When you don't let Tennessee get by you defensively, then you can keep your rotation solid, and you can get your right box out matchup. That's what NC State did early. Then they turned it over when they went to the bench.
Yep, NC State has led by as many as 7. Tennessee has used 11 players. NC State has no bench points.
The other thing too, Pam, is you just can't go up and down with Tennessee and just keep running. Brooks gets stripped.
Cooper, really?
That's why she's one of the best two-way players in the women's college game. She's guarding the point guard for NC State right now. At 6 feet tall, at the point of the press, that's a lot of length for NC State's backcourt.
Desperation pass, found Cox. Now 2 NC State players on the floor. Samuels with the miss. And Tennessee just getting their hands everywhere. Leopoldo forced that turnover.
Oh, look at defensive effort by Jones.
Sam Jones. NC State has now missed 11 of its last 12 shots, pardon me, after a fast start.
And Tennessee is looking to go off the bounce every time. They're not even really running an offense. All they're doing is attacking in transition.
It's just so desperate at times just to get the ball over midcourt.
I mean, it's relentless, right? It's just all-out effort. That's why they substitute the way they do.
And Talasia Cooper, we highlighted her in the open. Figure she'd be a key player. She got a smile there from Coach Caldwell as she came out. And Cooper certainly has delivered. She's got 15 points, 6 of 10 from the floor. And she gets a chance to get a little bit of a breather. Brooks found a little bit of daylight and took advantage.
Yeah, what a great attack going downhill. Zoe Brooks says she did not deflect the ball right here. There is a new rule in women's college basketball. You can appeal any play at any time. I don't think most coaches will want to use their appeal in the first half, though, especially in a game like this.
Brooks, 8 points and 7 rebounds for NC State. Cooper again. Time hit the rim. And Robertson keeps the possession alive.
You got to make Cooper go left.
Shot clock winding down. And after the miss by Barker, Tennessee cashes in on another offensive rebound. It's Robertson. Brooks rolls into the lane and gets it over to Trieger.
And Zoe Brooks gets her hips and shoulders past her defender and then gets to the paint and makes a play for Trieger.
Trieger got off to a fast start, has 11, 5 of 6 from the floor. But what an impact for Sybil. Jada Sybil coming in off the bench.
2 threes and some athletic defense right here.
She's already into double figures, joining Cooper in that company for the Lady Vols. And the orange wave just continues with more subs coming in. Sybil had been called for that foul, but has made a terrific impact.
Well, Sybil gets excited, right? I mean, she's got that motor that runs, and she makes a big play, and she just wants to make another one. That's the one thing that Kim Caldwell told us. She is aware that this style is prone for fouling, because you are guarding 94 feet.
Samuels, the UConn transfer, trying to make something happen. Good defense, second chance, and nothing doing as Spearman comes away with the rebound. C-State shooting percentage plummeting here in the second quarter.
Good help by Pierre. Good help by Trieger, but Cooper's just an absolute bucket.
Not enough help, no matter how much they send. It's a 10-point advantage.
You bring 2, and then you got to move the ball.
Cooper almost came up with another steal. Samuels with the miss. Trieger couldn't get it to go.
Wow.
And for once, Tennessee doesn't have numbers, so they actually slow it down a little bit. There are 5 Lady Vols ready to come in at the next whistle. Ball goes out of bounds to NC State. And Talasia Cooper. What an opening day for her.
I mean, shows ball fake. She has been driving right. She gets one dribble left and crosses into the paint. And she sets up that drive with her 3-point shooting ability. She has been fantastic. Cooper, she's 7 for 12. She's got 1 triple.
Sam Jones can't get it to fall. NC State has missed 15 of their last 18 shots. Brooks, I don't know if she has been subbed out yet. She's playing her heart out, and there's a little extra going on between Brooks and Wolfenbarger as Tiffany Bird ran in there to break things up.
I mean, Brooks has played an incredible game for NC State so far. And right here, get tied up. We'll see Wolfenbarger trying to make a play to tie it up. She's just on her legs. No player likes that.
Wolfenbarger picks up her second. It's got to be what a frustrating day for Brooks, having to do so much on her own in the backcourt. Wolfenbarger goes out with 2 fouls.
The NC State right here is allowing Zoe Brooks to get open by herself. This is where the wear down factor comes up, right? I mean, like, she's trying to get open. She's got to work so hard to get open to get the ball. Here, the hands are all over.
Brooks picked up by Spearman.
Good duck in by Pierre.
A lot of contact. Tennessee wanted an offensive foul called.
But there's a lot of contact in that possession. If you disrupt the path, balance, rhythm, speed, and quickness, that's supposed to be a foul.
No foul was called, however. NC State hanging on to the ball with 11 seconds to shoot.
Well, Kim Caldwell's got to be pleased with the way her team has responded after falling down early. This identity of substitutions is all predicated on playing hard. And her team has played really hard here in the first half.
Well, that's the one thing she will not tolerate, right, is the lack of effort. She said, if you can make a mistake, I'm not going to yank you, but if the effort isn't there, you're coming out. Trigger, yes, and the foul.
And these are the opportunities for NC State where they have to score. That's back-to-back opportunities on baseline out of bounds where Westmore drew it up and they execute. Watch Trigger sets a screen and then flashes to the middle, makes herself available and finishes on the left side. Really well done.
First foul on Kanaya Boyd, which is sophomore from Las Vegas, and Trigger has herself a 3-point play.
Good anticipation by Brooks. And see, that won't look good on film tomorrow for Kim Caldwell's team. You can't make that long pass against aggressive teams.
Spearman going to inbound it. It's the members of the Paldo family over there
Excited.
in the front row. a lot of excitement, a lot of advice. Going even to Spearman. Paldo family again from Patterson, New Jersey. Maya and Mia signed a high school NIL deal with Puma, the youngest ever to sign that deal with that athletic wear company.
Just so you know, there's a new rule that you do not have to tuck your shirts in this year. So you'll see a lot of players not worry about trying to tuck their shirt in. As a matter of fact, I think Lady Vols only have one player with their shirt tucked in.
Apollo getting it over to Cooper. There's Spearman. Guarded by Trigger, but Brooks snuck a hand in there.
That's the kind of decision making for Brooks right there. Pull it out. Good steal. Good dig on the post. And then Zam Jones to the nail. Bucket for NC State.
The Packer down to just 5 now. And Zam Jones. Sanaya Rivers cheering her over here on the sidelines to our right.
Look at that great dig in there by Brooks. And then watch the decision make right here. Look at all the orange jerseys in the paint. Pull it back out and let Zam Jones go off the bounce. A really nice take.
Good defense down there by Denaya Prahl, who's a true freshman from Toronto. First Canadian to ever play for Tennessee. Wide right. Here comes NC State as we approach a minute to go in the half.
You draw two and you move the ball.
And Pierre couldn't hang on to it. And it goes right back to Tennessee.
And Camille Pierre told me today before the game she needed to play the game at her pace. And she's going to have to get down there and work a little bit before the ball gets in her hands to be able to get a good quality catch and not try to force something.
Yeah, the pace that Tennessee plays, challenging. Free ball, nothing but net for Janiah Barker. And a technical foul has been called on Wes Moore. Pardon me.
It's on Barker for taunting
Okay.
NC State's bench.
Okay, pardon me. I saw Wes fired up over there.
Yeah.
My mistake.
She hit the three and she turned around to NC State's bench and she said something. Watch right here. There's the trip ball, and then she looks at the bench and has some remarks right in front of Tiffany Bird, the official. Now, if she's just showing three, that's not a big deal to me, but if there was something said, that's another story.
Zoe Brooks at the line.
Set the tone early, right? The officials, okay, if we're going to call it like that, then let's make sure we're just consistent about it. Not just today, but all season, if that's what we're doing.
And Caldwell getting an explanation over there on the sideline. Barker comes out. Brooks hit both of the free throws. NC State down by 10 earlier in this quarter. Brooks dribbles in the lane, tried to get it to Truger, and that didn't work.
Okay, that's Tennessee's defense, right? Speed you up, make your decision-making challenging.
And now Tennessee can kill the rest of this quarter.
11 points off 6 NC State turnovers for Tennessee, and that's a big difference in the game right now.
NC State led by one after one, but they've only scored 13 points in this quarter. Spearman? Nope. And that's going to be a foul on Aldo.
Good box out on the weak side by Quigley. NC State hanging in there right now. I mean, the pressure, the defense, the relentless substitutions, the attack mindset of Tennessee. And NC State's backcourt has done a really good job behind the player Brooks and Jones, keeping NC State right in this thing. Now they got a chance for a couple of free throws.
Leopoldo called for that foul, so each of the Pardo twins have 2 fouls. Pierre at the line. State on a 9-3 run. Cooper. Shot at the buzzer is off the mark by Boyd, but Kalaja Cooper with a great offensive first half, 17 points for her, but Tennessee had been up by 10. NC State finished strong, only down by 4 as we head into the locker room. Opening day for both Tennessee and NC State. We thought it'd be fun, and it has been just that. 4-point ball game in Greensboro.
Ready. They just got to take better care of the basketball.
4 players came off the bench for NC State in the first half. NC State losing 3 very good starters from last year. Tennessee playing without Ruby Whitehorn, who was dismissed from the team a couple of days ago for conduct off the court. Pierre, you want her to get going? I think they need to get her going. She missed that first shot. Leopoldo. Contact from Jones, pardon me, and an opportunity for free throws.
I mean, the speed is incredible out of the Palo twins, especially out of Mia. Downhill in a hurry, and it looked like she might have turned her ankle a little bit there on a little stutter step in the paint. And she's going to earn her trip to the line.
Leopoldo McDonald's All-American. Is the Gatorade New Jersey High School Player of the Year, listed at 5'6".
Not a good day.
Looks, you know, she's got the really thick sneakers on.
I don't care how tall she is. She is fast.
Good. And she is fast, and there's her twin sister, Maya, over on the bench. And this freshman class, Jada Civil, boy, talk about an impact for Civil in that first half. She had 10 points in about 7 minutes.
Now how does that little one come down with that rebound on a missed free throw?
With the ladies
Nice job of not over-penetrating by Zam Jones and getting to the paint. The one thing about Tennessee's three-point shooting, I'm sure there were some shots that Coach Caldwell didn't like. I think they're better when they get a piece of the paint and then spray. Get to the nail and kick, just like that.
He took 17 threes in the first half. And a foul on the shot attempt by Cooper.
Wolfpack foul charge to number 2. Higgins Samuels, first personal.
Samuels called for the foul, the UConn transfer.
Jersey
Cooper's a handful on both sides. I mean, she is long and athletic and can guard multiple players. Part of the reason why she was on the SEC All-Defensive team last year. And then she's got 3-level scoring. Shoots the three, gets to the mid-range, and can get to the free throw line.
More college basketball coming your way. And from Annapolis, Maryland, it's number 1 UConn and the defending champs, taking on Louisville tonight on ESPN. And later, Texas taking on the Duke men. So that basketball game, coverage beginning at 5:30 Eastern time, but there's no reason why you want to turn this on.
This is entertaining.
This is like the Indy 500 with sneakers.
Yeah, it's great. And that time, Zoe Brooks advanced past the basketball up to Samuels. That gave them numbers on the backside. Then you can attack. That's the kind of decision making that Westmore needs out of his junior point guard, who is his most veteran player with the most experience on the floor. This is an NC State team without any seniors. Sanaya Rivers, Isaiah James, gone as first-round draft picks to the WNBA. Zoe Brooks and Zam Jones are going to get most of the minutes in the backcourt this year.
Samuels at the free throw line, where she has just scored her first points of the game.
See, like that three right there is not what I would consider a good shot.
Here comes Jones. Gets it inside. Pierre, yes, count it.
And if you watch Camille Pierre seal on the weak side as the ball's coming up the floor, she does a great job right here. Watch how she gets position, holds that position, and it's a nice bounce pass to the interior. Really nice and very well done because Pierre runs ahead of the basketball in transition.
Robinson called for her second foul as Pierre heads to the free throw line. Outstanding soccer player growing up, picked up basketball or concentrated solely on basketball rather late in life. Civil made all kinds of trouble for NC State in the first half. Ball on the floor, picked up by Jones. Pierre wanted it. And Trigger, guarded by Cooper, decided not to shoot. Brooks, that's sweet.
What a nice Euro in the paint. And then here comes Tennessee out of the net.
And a foul.
NC State's got to get back in transition. Off that main basket, Tennessee is tilting the floor. They sprint. You got to sprint with them.
Zam Jones just picked up her third personal foul. That sends Jersey Wolfenbarger to the line.
See, that's a problem for NC State because they didn't guard the ball and stop transition. They put pressure on Zam Jones, who was the first player back. to have to guard Wolfenbarger. That's not a matchup NC State likes.
Wolfenbarger at 6'5", played last year at LSU, a couple of years at Arkansas before that. She was from Fort Smith, Arkansas. Could not deliver. Brooks. Delivered by Cooper. Cooper left open for the three. Back rimmed. Cooper looking for somewhere to go. The spin move and the basket.
It's the second Tennessee player that stepped out of their shoe.
That's Alyssa Latham, who had a really good freshman year at Syracuse and then transferred out.
Mismatch.
Yep, Latham blocked the Brooks shot, but she got it back. Zoe Brooks relentless. Still couldn't get it to fall.
Returning for NC State number
Brooks
7.
played, pardon me, all but 40 seconds of that first half.
You know, that's a play like Brooks recognized that she had a mismatch. But I think she almost went too quickly. Like, pull it back out, spread the floor, then take that off the bounce.
Another line change for Tennessee.
That's the old butt play, Pam. Throw it off the butt and go get it.
Out of control, Robertson.
Well, Barker's supposed to be in the deep corner. That's the way Tennessee runs their lanes, and Barker wasn't there. Robertson just anticipated she would be.
And the turnover gives it right back to the pack. 1-point ball game.
Zoe Brooks doing a good job there, drawing two.
What a bounce pass, moving to Trigger. And NC State has come from 10 points back to take the lead. Late in the first quarter, the last time they led this game. Barker, fadeaway over Trigger, missed everything.
How about the back-to-back plays by Lewin? The freshman struggled in the first half. Wes Moore's got to have her in the second. I'm sure he didn't go in the locker room and yell at his kids. I'm sure he built confidence in them.
Lewin, the freshman from Arizona, who everyone calls Kai Shi, as in Kyrie, who is a player that she really likes, but her dad gave her that nickname. Okay, you're right, they need more from that bench. But this has been quite the comeback. Brooks working on the freshman. Has the height advantage, kicks it out. Lewin, three!
Is this the same player we saw in the first half? I don't think so.
Kai Shi, 4-3. It's a 12-2 run for the Pack. And it has energized this building. Barker cut off nicely by Cox. Offensive rebound for Spearman. And foul has been called by Eric Bruton.
Nice piece of the paint and spray. And Lunin, the lefty, is ready to catch and shoot. The bench likes it.
Last foul was on Samuels. Picks up her second for the Pack. Another three. And Paul with the miss. And Tennessee has gone cold from outside, and then Paul called for the foul.
If Lunin doesn't meet that pass, that ball gets stolen. You don't see any panic on Kim Caldwell's face, right? I mean, this is a game where there's a lot of swings, and the way Tennessee plays, they're never out of it.
They've been outscored 14-6 so far in this quarter. Samuels inside, nice look again to Trigger.
What a pass by Brooks.
Another three, another miss. A little ball fake and the finish for Noonan. And Tennessee calls a timeout. The freshman bringing the energy, bringing the offense off the bench here in the third quarter.
NC State is attacking on offense against the Tennessee defense. That's the way you have to play. You can't be passive. And Noonan, what a difference in the second half for this young freshman. NC State with their largest lead of the game.
NC State up by 8 here midway through the third quarter in a back and forth game. Holding on to the basketball better here in the third.
They have not turned it over here in the second half. And Zoe Brooks has shown a ton of maturity here in the second half. It's not just her handle and her shot-making ability. That's a given. It's her maturity and the decision-making that she's had to do with pace. That's what you want to know. And she's checking a lot of boxes today for NC State with her double-double so far in the game. 12 points, 10 boards with 5 assists.
Yeah, so the triple-double watch on now for Brooks. That's at 10 rebounds as a guard. And there's a silly foul by Wolfenbarger in the back court.
Tennessee foul, charge to number 8, jersey, Wolfenbarger.
Wolfenbarger just picks up her third foul. And we're gonna
And on the floor, falls, number 11,
step out for another break. Zoe Brooks, I'm sure everybody else grateful to have a breather as we come back. A good one in Greensboro.
We go to another official.
Throughout the U.S. and Canada, including Eric Trainer from Tennessee, Kylie Agar from NC State on your right. What did Eric tell us? It's his 14th year with the program, second year for Kylie, taking over for the incredible Maddie Smith, who is still with NC State and is in the building today. And they do, seriously, I mean, what they do, always on call, always available there.
Yes.
They do an amazing job.
We appreciate all our colleagues that work in this industry that help us prepare for the games and help share the best stories around the women's college game.
Zoe Brooks getting it out. There's a travel, and got to mention one of the best sports information directors ever, Lindy Brown, formerly at Duke University. He's still working there, and boy, what a pleasure. Like when Gail Gestenforth was the head coach.
Got my vote, yes,
That was
absolutely.
definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer in Lindy Brown. So really, love them all.
We appreciate all the work that everyone does. There's a lot of great stories to share, and they're the hub of most of them around the game. So Tennessee goes to horns. We haven't seen this set yet. They go high-low out of their horns.
Yeah, blocking foul called on Cox. And Spearman is still down.
That's our first.
They go high-low out of their horns, and Cox doesn't really give her room to land. It's actually a good call. Yeah, she's underneath her landing space. And this would be the slowest moment in the game so far.
And there's a tying shoot
See?
situation.
There we go. That's 2. I'm telling you, it's a real thing. It gives everybody a chance to catch their breath. The officials can't inbound the ball till you're ready. That can't be a shooting foul, is it?
All right.
I like it when the officials come together to communicate.
Yeah, they just announced that the foul was on Trigger, but it was Cox who was.
Yeah, the foul's on Cox. And
Early.
Yeah, we'll change it back.
Yeah, they're changing it back.
I don't see that as a shooting foul.
Yeah, well,
it's 5-team foul, so
yes,
yes,
they're in the bonus, so that's right. But they went from Cox to Trigger and now back to Cox, and they're still looking at the monitor.
So if you're not sure who the foul is on, then you're going to go over there and check that out. That's something the officials have the ability to review.
It's on 11 Cox. Trigger is at the top of the key, not involved in play.
Good job by the officials. Come together, get it straight. Let's go. Move on.
And You're right. I think that's the biggest break that we've had in this game.
It's the
other than the
slowest.
timeouts.
Slowest time and moment in the game.
So with both teams in the bonus now, here's Spearman at the free throw line. She's having a tough day offensively. She has scored 0 points, 0 for 5 from the floor. Does have 5 rebounds.
Yeah, I think this is a player that is going to get better in this system. Last year made 24 threes, was not a three-point shooter before. Got tremendous upside.
Second year at Tennessee after playing a couple years in Miami.
And she threw that at her feet.
Free ball. Robertson with the miss.
Another three that doesn't touch the paint. Yeah, I know one of the things that Kim Caldwell told us that she learned from last year this year is how to use all those resources that she has over there, the amount of staff, the amount of tools at her disposal, and one of the things that her bench is charting are three-point attempts, offensive rebounding percentage, points in the paint. She's got a lot of help over there from an analytics standpoint.
Tennessee has not hit a 3 in this quarter. They are 0 for 6 after they went 6 for 17 in the first half.
Well, NC State changes their ball screen coverage.
Able to get it into Latham.
They went to trap that middle ball screen, which we haven't seen them do.
Pressure off the make. Tennessee with just 9 points so far in this quarter. Samuels had a cup out.
So you get numbers on the backside, 3-on-2. You got to punish Tennessee when you make those plays. Tennessee doing a good job of getting the ball quickly into the front court.
Cooper just 1 point in this quarter for Tennessee after scoring 17 in the first half.
Again, NC State trapping that ball screen. Poor rotation on the backside.
Spearman made him pay. And then forced the turnover. More fresh bodies coming in for Tennessee. Spearman takes a seat.
So we go to break with NC State with an 8-point lead, and how quickly Tennessee has cut it to one possession.
State has turned the ball over 3 times in the last 2 minutes. Tennessee making the run.
Number 3, Sam Jones.
Sam Jones back in the game for Lunan, who got a nice round of applause. The freshman goes to the bench. Spin. What a move. And in.
Wow.
Janiah Barker, it's a 7-0 Tennessee run.
To the left, beautifully done.
And then the pressure. State had to struggle to get it over the timeline, and then the deliverance.
You want to bring 2, and then you got to flash to the middle, and that's what NC State's done the last couple of times. Get the ball to the middle, then you get numbers going the other way.
Pierre had the basket, and then underneath. Wolfenbarger unable to deliver. Height advantage, and off glass for Camille Pierre.
Wow, what a spin move. Here we go. Now we're picking back up, Pam. Didn't take long. And 5 Tennessee jerseys waiting to check in. Pierre with a steal.
Good contest. Might have heard
She missed 3 layups today.
Barker was right behind her. And you're right, that's the 3rd layup that she has missed. Robertson also was lurking. The spin, another freshman, Jada Civil, gets fouled.
If you tuned in thinking Tennessee was going to get ball reversal and go side to side, it's not happening. I mean, it is a straight line drive. It is one pass and then a strong dribble drive to the paint. They have multiple players that are capable of making those plays.
Quickly fouled Civil, who had 7 points in the first half.
I'll tell you a number about Tennessee that I'm going to watch as the season goes on, Pam, and that is assisted baskets. Because right now, they're not making plays for anyone else. They're making plays for themselves. You know, and as time goes on, they'll start getting to the paint and spraying, or get a, you know, set somebody up. Make the game easier for your teammates.
Pardon me, Sybil had 10 points in 6 minutes in the first half. She was just at the free throw line for Tennessee.
So here's the mismatch. See, Zan Jones clearing it out because she's got Cooper on her. I'm not sure Cooper's a mismatch, though, to be honest with you.
Shot clock into single digits now for Jones. Driving on Cooper, who rebounds it. The miss for Paul. Jones does not have numbers.
As long as Camille Pierre had 2 feet back in bounds, you can. She's already reestablished. She can get that ball. Tennessee's bench was complaining that she had not reestablished, but I think she had.
Krieger was just held by Spearman. He picked up the foul.
Janiyah Barker back onto the floor for Tennessee.
Janiyah Barker comes in for Latham. Krieger heads to the free throw line where she is 1 for 1 this afternoon. NC State with the 4-point advantage. Cooper still looking for her first field goal of this half. Gets it back, puts up the 3, and there it is.
Really good ball move. After I just said Tennessee doesn't go side to side, that's the one possession where they did, and look at the shot they got.
Cuts the lead to 1. Jones pulls up. Spearman with the block.
Had Quigley in the corner.
But Trieger was able to get her hands up.
You could play for one possession here.
Brooks
And that's-
almost lost it.
And that's what Zan Jones is going to do here.
Yep. Slow it down, a couple of seconds difference between the clocks.
Look for a pick and pop here by Trieger in this middle ball screen.
Jones steps back, well short. Tennessee has to hurry. As we head into the fourth quarter, NC State leading by 1 as they outscore Tennessee by 5 in that quarter. Gonna have a heck of a finish coming up in Greensboro as we head to the fourth.
Matchup so many have been waiting for. One move for Paige buckets.
Two-man game with AZ Fudd and Sarah. Two-man game with AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong puts so much pressure on the defense.
It's an even dozen for Gina Oriema and Connecticut. The final page in the book of Beckers.
UConn, the defending national champions, they're going to be playing shortly against Louisville, and we have, well, Gino's won a lot of games, but Wes Moore entering this season the second most wins among active head coaches.
Yeah, it's an impressive list right there. Bill Finley right behind Wes, and then of course Joe McHugh, and a shout out to Joe, who will be retiring after this season. A long, successful impact on a lot of young women in the game, through the game of basketball.
He's at George Washington, then went over to Northwestern. His daughter Megan doing a lot of work for us. Up-and-comer at ESPN. And Wes Moore in his 37th year as a head coach, 13th at NC State.
He's phenomenal. I mean, he's been very successful in this building in the last 6 years. He's won 3 ACC tournaments and played for 2 others. And they've been on quite a run, and their out-of-bounds plays have been outstanding, but you got to finish at the rim.
NC State last year tied Notre Dame for first in the regular season in the ACC. Spearman just missed everything. And they lost in the title game here to Duke.
I mean, Zam Jones is fearless in transition. She's not afraid to take it in. Although I'm not sure that's probably a good decision on either side. The quick three on one end leads to the run out for NC State. And you know with all the threes that Tennessee shoots, there's going to be long rebounds. NC State's execution in this situation right here has been good today. They've got to finish it off, though, with a bucket.
And that three that Cooper hit a couple of minutes ago was their first and only three that they had made in the second half. And they're taking some quick threes, and that helped fuel NC State's comeback.
The other thing that will help NC State in the fourth quarter with the tempo of the game is if they can get an early bonus. And that's a good shoot-tying opportunity and a good time to take a breath when you're at the free throw line.
Wolfenbarger goes to the bench with 4 personal fouls now for the Lady Vols. Pierre gets it over to Jones, and then Pierre gets the miss. Pierre really picking it up here in the second half. She's got a double-double, 19 points and 10 rebounds.
NC State's got to work really hard here to keep the ball in front and then rebound.
Robertson slices in and gets the basket.
And Robertson is so good off the bounce. And that's where she's at her best. She's taken a couple of challenging threes today. That's what I'm talking about, keeping the ball in front. You gotta weak Tennessee. I mean, make them go left. Everything they do is right hand, hard drive, getting to the paint, making plays.
Civil just picked up her second foul for Tennessee, and she goes over to the bench. Cooper hounding Brooks right now. And Brooks just goes inside, a little bit too strong. Spearman with the board.
Wolfpack foul charge to 35, Zoe Brooks.
Zoe Brooks
Her first.
picks up her first foul.
It actually is not a bad foul, and I'm going to say that because it's in the fourth quarter. She doesn't have any until now, and Tennessee had numbers.
Alyssa Latham back on the floor for Tennessee.
We did see Westmore work on a little zone today and shoot around, but we haven't seen any zone yet.
Latham looking over to Cooper. Good catch by Latham, but she couldn't finish. The pass was a little bit high, and Latham is able to chase down. Hold on to the possession. And Pierre stuck her hand in. Nothing called. Brooks bottled up nicely by Cooper.
That's why you play off 2 feet. Really good decision again by Brooks. Now Westmore can call a set. He can get the shot he wants, not the one Tennessee wants to dictate.
Brooks with the shot clock now at 5. Pierre in and out. Trigger being held away from the basket by Paul. Good box out. And the ball goes to Tennessee.
Higgins CEO's returns for NC State.
Camille Pierre involved in a defensive play on the other end of the floor. Now watch this. Is that all ball? Looked like it from that angle.
Nothing was called. And they play on. Scoring slowing down in this quarter. Both teams, each team has only scored 2 points in the first 3 minutes.
Vertical at the rim by Trigger.
Aldo takes it away, and then Pierre got right in the passing lane. Jones. Samuels with a big 3 from the corner. And that gives NC State the 4-point advantage. Pierre all all over the place, gets the rebound and draws the foul. Samuels' 3 was her first made field goal of the game. Spearman has picked up a foul.
See how the pace has slowed down
Yeah.
just a little, right? That favors NC State here in the fourth quarter. Let's see if Tennessee can ramp it back up again.
Is that because everybody is dog tired?
Well, yeah, part of it. That's definitely it, but I think it's by design. Wes Moore wants his offense in front of his team, or in front of his bench in the second half on purpose.
Brooks, pull up. Doesn't get the roll, and then just Jada Sybil showing that athleticism coming out of nowhere for the board.
36-inch vertical measured on the GPS in practice earlier this season.
And she's only a freshman. There she is.
That's a foul. A lot of one-on-one for Tennessee.
So Sybil will go to the free throw line.
I think guarding off the bounce is really challenging. I think guarding in transition is challenging. Tennessee, that's their style. Those are the two things that they do really well.
Cooper back in after a short break. As you see, NC State already in the bonus for the rest of this quarter.
Outside of that Samuels 3, we really haven't seen NC State make very many transition threes. Tennessee has done a good job of guarding the three-point line.
NC State 4 of 14 from 3 for the game.
And there's a lot of contact there under the basket between Barker and Trigger.
And some of the players frustrated that those aren't being called. Cooper just called for a foul at midcourt.
Oh yeah, Trigger tosses her.
Team foul for Tennessee in the quarter.
They get wrapped up and then
In the fourth quarter. Wolfpack will shoot
did a
two.
little embellishing there, but definitely there was some contact.
Zoe Brooks.
Zoe Brooks
Two shots.
goes to the free throw line. She is 4 of 5 from there this afternoon. Both she and Pierre have point and rebound double-doubles for State. 1 out of 2 on that trip. Cooper. Nope. Here comes Brooks. Another rebound for the guard. Samuels can't finish. Pierre on it. And Spearman comes away with it.
Oh my goodness, wow, there's a lot going on. Cam, holy smokes. Wow.
It's almost like there's 30 players out on the floor. There's so many bodies flying around, and that's a tremendous finish for Barker.
So long and athletic. The transfer from UCLA. And here Wes Moore slowing it down again.
2-point game. Pierre, spin, short, Trigger, missed. And then it's grabbed by Spearman.
How many shots at the rim has NC State missed?
I think they're going to like, when they look at the shot chart, when this game is over, they've had a lot of opportunities near the basket. Right now up to Janai Barker playing some basketball.
We saw Barker with a beautiful spin move earlier. Check out this one. Just a nice drive. Gets by 6'6" shot blocker Trigger and finishes high off the glass. Beautifully done by the senior.
Greensboro Coliseum, the first Horizon Coliseum now. Ed Antonelli, 2-point game, just under 5 minutes to go. And you said during the break, and you're right, this has like an NCAA tournament feel to it.
It does. Two teams really battling here. Now it's winning time. Inside 5 minutes. You just had the last media timeout. Now you have to be really sharp. You can't have game slippage. You got to make sure you double down on the scout. And you got to maybe see if Wes Moore has a little trick in his bag over there. You know,
He always seems to, doesn't he?
That's why you win 859 wins, is because you're ready for moments like this. You're good in these times of the game.
NC State has missed its last 5 shots and 7 of their last 8. clinging to a 2-point lead. Sam Jones, another layup miss. Trigger tied up. And the possession arrow points Tennessee's way.
To the Lady Vols.
The other thing about the style of play for Kim Caldwell, she told us that once they get to this point, they may not substitute as much.
Right.
They go to horns again where they had some high-low action. Oh, they're just going to get Cooper.
Latham. Back over to Cooper now. One-handed shot and it rolls in.
That's your go-to. And with the game on the line, you give the ball to your All-American candidate, Naismith, watch list, one of the top players in the country.
And we are all tied up. Brooks, nope, Latham, big board. And here's Cooper, 2-on-1. 3 ball, get out. It rimmed out for Paul. But a second chance, a second three, and it goes. Buried by Leopoldo, the freshman. Tennessee leads for the first time since it was 50-49.
So Brooks got 2, you got to cut to the middle. Timeout, Westmore.
Tennessee with 5 subs looming on the sideline. State has gone cold from the floor, missing 9 of their last 10 shots. How about this freshman?
That is a lot of courage in that 3 right there. Puts Tennessee ahead.
Tennessee with the lead as we take a timeout in Greensboro. NC State with the basketball, down 3 with 3.5 left to go. Top 10 matchup against Tennessee. It is not disappointed. Jones, shot clock winding down. Zam, got it.
Wow. Paldo hits her first 3, and Zam Jones hits her first. Excuse me, I'm sorry, second.
Jones answers. Civil, short.
Are you surprised Cooper's not in the game right now? Here she comes. I'm surprised she's not in the game right now. Here she's coming back in.
Yep.
Now. Here comes 5 more.
Yep, she's getting her 5 up. Gave him a little bit of an extra break through that timeout to get her players back on the floor that she wants. Cooper's really delivered. Jones draws the foul.
Yeah, right now for NC State, it should be Brooks or Jones. They have made most of the plays. And then Camille Pierre with 19 and 13 has been able to draw 7 fouls. So I would look for Pierre on the block, or I would get the ball in the hands of Brooks and Jones for decision making.
Jones at the free throw line. Coming up tonight at 8:45 Eastern on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. After the exclusive reveal of the first college football playoff top 25 rankings, it's men's basketball, Texas and Duke and Charlotte in the inaugural Dick Vitale Invitation.
Camden Boozer, freshman for Duke.
Sam Jones, hit them both, 2.5 to go.
Back to horns. They like the high-low with this personnel.
Cooper fumbled it momentarily. Corner shot, Barker! The 3! Tennessee really struggling with their 3s for most of the second half, but they've come up big the last couple of trips. But there's Zam.
Is that 7 consecutive points for her?
Spearman working on Trigger, drops the shoulder, and the ball goes to the pack. Tennessee asking, thinking it was deflected.
Not electing to use an appeal here.
No, but it is Tennessee basketball. And a timeout.
With 8 on the shot clock.
NC State up by 1. Zam Jones has indeed scored the last 7 points for NC State.
She's been terrific. I mean, it's been Cooper on one side and the backcourt of NC State on the other side. And for Tennessee, Talasia Cooper is who Kim Caldwell wants to have the ball in her hands during winning time. And she got her a quick break, and then she got her back in the game. She's been fantastic and consistent from the get-go. She had a fantastic first half for Tennessee with her 3-level scoring ability, 17 first half points. And she just has continued to add to that here in the second. Solid, athletic, and will be inbounding the basketball and turns it over.
But then Tennessee able to get it back because the ball went off of Samuels.
So there's 8 on the shot clock. They are saying that there was no possession change, so 2 seconds went off the shot clock.
Cooper inbounds. Gets it back. They're going to need a shot. Paldo. Rebound, Tennessee, but Spearman was on the baseline. NC State basketball.
Paldo 1 for 8. And you see Spearman, that white shoe on that blue line, that is really close.
A full court pressure from the Lady Vols.
NC State is in the bonus. Tennessee with 5 team fouls, NC State with just 2. So they have a foul to give, 2 fouls to give.
Trigger, the 3 over Spearman. Short, rebound, who else? Cooper. A minute to go.
1 minute remaining.
Aldo challenges and hits. Tennessee bounces back on top. Pierre underneath, top shot, and she hit it over Barker. We have had 11 lead changes in this game. We just had a back-to-back, and NC State is on top.
Magical here in Greensboro. 2 teams that went to the Sweet 16 last year and are looking to go deeper into March, and we're only on November 4th, Pam.
Just day 2 of the regular
2
season.
top 10 teams playing like it.
We talked to Coach Westmore before the game, and he said outright, we're overrated. He doesn't think they're a top 10 team. He talked about all the people that left, that graduated.
Right.
And here they are against the number 8 team, and it's nip and tuck.
When Westmore is sandbagging his team, that means he likes them.
Yeah, that's Wes. Tonight's player of the game brought to you by Sky Scanner, and we're gonna go ahead and give it to Cooper. This is a toughie because NC State has had some great performances too, but Cooper, along with those 11 rebounds, also has 7 assists. So tremendous game for Cooper.
Right now, she inbounds it. I like the horns. And Cooper with the ball in her hands. You got to make sure you rebound if you're NC State.
Cooper guarded by Samuels, spins out.
Samuels does a good job. Now you got to defend right here without fouling.
That's right, State is in the bonus. About 5 seconds between the shot and game clock. Brooks guarded by Cooper. Looked over at Coach Moore.
I would go look for that flat. Here comes that flat screen by Trieger.
Brooks bounces it out to Samuels. Trigger, huge rebound.
Now you got to foul. You got to foul.
But Zam Jones playing keep away with the basketball. The foul comes but with just under 2 seconds left to go.
How about Trieger? The rebound and the kick, not trying to put it back up.
The possession more important than the points. Well, the chance.
I mean, Samuels had a great look at it. Trieger on the weak side has done a terrific job playing physically on the glass all game.
Triggered 19 points, 8 rebounds in that huge offensive board and decision.
Well, Tennessee does have a timeout to advance the ball, and I would fully expect with 1.9 on the clock that Kim Caldwell is going to advance the ball here.
Sam gives him the 3-point lead. There's the timeout. There's Caldwell's club needing the 3 to tie. They're just 9 of 33 for the game from distance.
So 4 different players for Tennessee have made a 3. Barker has made 3 triples, Sybil's made 2, and Cooper's made 2. So, excuse me, that's 5. Nyla Robertson has also made 1, and Paldo has made 1.
You think Cooper is the best choice here?
I think Cooper or Barker, I think whoever's inbounding the basketball would be the indicator to me.
Sam Jones has scored 9 of NC State's last 11 points, including those 2 free throws to give State the 3-point cushion.
NC State has done a really good job in all their ball screen coverage. They're going to have to switch on everything and make sure that you contest the 3. Now, Westmore does have fouls to give, and if he does consider fouling, which he might, you have to do it on the dribble down, not on the dribble up, because that can be a gather and a shoot, a shot. So I wouldn't be surprised. Last year, Westmore was in this situation against Notre Dame in overtime, and he elected not to foul, and Sonia Citron hit a 3 to put it in OT. As Sanaya Rivers looks on. She's been very active over here on the sideline, rooting for her teammates.
She's getting her workout in.
I think Westmore might consider on the catch if the catch is out of the scoring zone or on the bounce on the dribble down.
Nyla Robertson inbounds, and you put Trigger on her. Good move.
Take some vision away. Make them throw a lofty pass. You got time for a catch and a dribble.
Robertson having trouble getting it in. Paldo throws it up. And NC State with the come from behind win in a classic. And Westmore's face said it all there. Is it just a sign of relief? What a game.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Pam, both coaches had the right attitude about this game and what it would mean, right? You're going to learn a lot. It's November 4th. It's the first game, but it's 2 top 10s bringing this week into the college space, and it's exciting, and the women's game continues to be fantastic, even leaving off where we were in March. I mean, this is just outstanding. What a game. Back and forth, exciting, entertaining.